Hey, what's up, guys? It's Reflex, and yeah, today I am taking apart, or I already took apart, a Xbox 360 controller. This has been my main controller for both Xbox 360 and my PC. And yes, I'm aware it's 2020, but this is still the best controller ever, and I will continue to use it on all the new games on my PC because it's just great. So the thing is, I've had this with my 360 since it came out, the 360 Slim, so it's been a few years, more than a few years, and it's definitely dirty. You can clearly see it right here. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I'll include a lot of pictures. And I just figured it was worth the deep clean because some of the buttons aren't as responsive as I'd like, and plus I just feel kind of dirty when I use it just because you can see all of the dirt even when it's put together. That is just gross. So I got a little cup of alcohol. I have tons of Q-tips, cotton rounds, more alcohol if I need it. I got my iFixit kit. This is essential. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to start this time lapse and we're going to clean it off, and I will put the before and after pictures as well. And if you're interested in this kind of thing, go ahead and leave a comment because I love taking apart different things and cleaning them and maybe fixing them. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, go ahead and comment and I can do some more. If this isn't something you like, then also tell me because I enjoy doing this and I do it all the time. So if anyone else is interested in watching it, then, I will do more. So let's go ahead and start the time lapse. Alright, so I've just finished the back and front plates. They're pretty clean. They do look a little dusty just from, like, because they're wet from the alcohol and dust is falling on it and whatever, but there's a few little parts I'll probably go back and get. And I just want to say, in an ideal world, you would take all of these parts, except for the motherboard and vibration motors, and you would put them in a tub of alcohol. I would say like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much time you have. Honestly, 5 minutes would probably be the minimum, just to kind of loosen it up, but I would preferably say 30 minutes. But I'm just kind of doing this on a whim, and I just want to get it to where when you're looking at it from the outside, it looks clean and looks somewhat relatively new. And if I can get the buttons to be a little bit better, then that will be great too. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be perfect, just cleaner, so I don't feel too gross about it. And there is a lot of cosmetic damage. I'm not going to fix any of that. I just want it to be somewhat clean, as clean as it can be with what little work I'm doing to it. So now we're just going to move on to these little, this goes on the bottom, this goes on the top, or yeah, this is the top. These are the pieces that go like here. So we're going to go ahead and clean those, and then we will go to the buttons and the little rubber contacts will be last. As for the motherboard, go ahead and get that in frame. So the motherboard, for the most part, is clean. The triggers are not as dirty as I thought they would be. Not great. I can't tell. There's a little bit of caked on dust, but on the front, it looks like there might be some corrosion on there. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like there might be a little bit of corrosion, which I don't think I've spilled any liquid on this controller before, but I've had it for so long, who knows. And it works fine, so I'm not too worried about it. It could also just be some dried flux, maybe, or glue. I'll try to clean it off, see what happens. And the vibration motors are pretty dirty, which these are very old school too. Wow, I haven't taken apart a controller like this in a while, so it looks pretty old for, like, compared to what I'm used to. So let's go ahead and move on to, I guess, no, we'll do these first. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so I know I was saying I don't remember doing any water damage to this, that's why I was confused about what looked like that corrosion. But based off of what I'm seeing on this Xbox button, if you look at this, it looks like some kind of dark soda, like Coke. I don't remember doing that either. Yeah, there's red. So I'm wondering if someone spilled some, like, cherry Coke on here or something. that's very possible. Again, I've had this controller for ages, so I don't remember if I did that or not. But that's kind of what it's looking like. I don't know why else you would see that darkness and also the red. But I'm going to continue cleaning this. I realize this isn't as detailed as it could be. Like I was saying, I just kind of wanted to do this last minute. I was just playing The Witcher 3 and I was like, wow, this controller is really dirty. And I took it apart and I was like, oh, you know what? Let's record this and put it on YouTube. Why not? It's really dirty. This is easily the dirtiest thing I have ever taken apart. I've taken apart lots of old things. I took apart a PSP 1001 recently, and I'm pretty sure that it's older than this. I mean, it'd have to be, yeah. It was older than this, and it was passed down from like 3 different people in my family. But it was not as dirty as this. It was dirty, don't get me wrong, just not as dirty as this. I might, in a few months do a little bit more detailed cleaning, but for now, I'm happy with this. Back to the time lapse. Alright, so as you probably could have seen from the A button, it took a little bit more work. I might have to go back over it again. Definitely look like more soda on there. But now we're going to move on to the D-pad, which has a really weird mechanism where it like locks in place, and it's like this really tall thing. And it's just really weird taking apart this Xbox controller. There's a lot of like different things I haven't seen any other kind of controller use. Like if you look back here at the triggers, I've never seen triggers quite like that, and I gotta say they're some of the best in the game, so kind of wish controllers would go back to that. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to both pieces of the D-pad, and then we'll go to the contacts and quickly go over the motherboard and the vibration motors and put it back together. Alright guys, so we are done. Again, it still looks a little dusty. I might go back and just get the text in between the letters. Thought I saw some dirt. Guess not. But yeah, for the most part, it is pretty clean. It's still not perfect. Again, I would soak everything for like 30 minutes. This definitely needs some more cleaning. But considering the short amount of work I just did, it's looking pretty good. But I would definitely recommend putting more work into it if you're doing this as well. This isn't too dirty. It's broken, but it's not, well, this is broken. This isn't dirty, so not going to clean that. Might clean the grips because this controller is so old, the grip has completely gone away. But yeah, it's a lot cleaner now. If you guys are interested in me making any more videos, taking apart some old tech and cleaning it and possibly fixing it, go ahead and let me know.